I think it's easy to say today we have more back pain than ever before.
Okay, injury can happen, but why the people just sitting getting injured? What exactly I should do? At least 3 to 4 things to have a healthy lifestyle.
I think if we could put it in a nutshell, whatever you train or whatever you do, maybe do it for 3 months to 6 months. Do it well. Then do something completely new. They maybe just move more effectively.
Just walk, train 3 times, enjoy your life. Have a good sleep, and done. Welcome to the What's Code. Finally, we made it. So I want to introduce you guys. It's a person who really admire me. The day I just hit the Dubai, and he's the person who works literally not just to make you bulk up, but really be a human. So that's what I always say. A best way. Fish never hurts themselves while just swimming, and the human hurt themselves just by walking and the running. So this is a guy who literally admire me, like who's working on the space where people are just learning how to be human. It's a big thing, and he's you can say the top notch in UAE for people who are leading people in fitness industry and judging the reps, even helping a lot of people. For now, he will be the one who will be talking about himself. I don't want to talk about the studies. It's a lot, but the most important thing nowadays, I feel like more than degree, it's about the person, where their studies take them.
Yeah.
So please introduce yourself a little bit.
Hello, everyone. Hey, Anuj. Thank you for having me. Thank you. That's a very nice introduction. I just see myself as Hannes. I do what I do. I try to do it as well as I can. And I try to help people when I do it. So just a little introduction. I'm South African. I can't shake off the accent. I've been here in Dubai for 13 years. So my background is human movement specialization, biomechanics. I'm a corrective exercise coach. I'm a strength and conditioning coach, and I'm an educator. So yeah, I try to help people be stronger, help them focus and achieve their life goals. But at the same time, like you say, be human. And the way you move tells me your life story. Yeah.
Totally true. As you are CS and strength and conditioning, or you are saying you are the human movement expert, can you just express that in one line according to your life story, what exactly it is for the people who are watching?
Okay, so I think we get taught and we coach to see detail. So in the way people function and move, it tells us their story. Now, there's nothing like a perfect squat. We all squat differently, but you might say one person has a good squat for weightlifting. Another one might have a good squat for their body type in a different sport. Someone who just wants to learn how to squat for longevity and health purposes, they have their own unique squat. So we can't box a perfect squat, but by the way they move, teaches us that they have a certain aspect of training background, training experience, and they're accustomed or need to be accustomed towards a certain movement pattern. So yeah, we focus on movement patterns. We try to improve them and basically bulletproof the system or give people the tools to move in a correct way for whatever their goals are.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's cool way. It's I always say I attended he was my, you can say, first kind of teacher. I just landed in Dubai and on my job, and he was the one who was teaching the CPD points. You need that CPD points to be a rep certified person. So we need to attend the person. And I was like, I mostly don't want to do it because I feel like I really need someone should make my mind literally shook and that the guy. And I attended the session. It was a back pain, I think so.
Yes, lower back fix.
Lower back fix.
Yes.
And it was wonderful, and how he explained in a very simplified manner. I was like, wow, a lot of stuff which I learned for years, he just make it in a very small, simple language, like what to stretch, what to lift, and simple. And your life will be easy.
Yes.
And I was like, wow. Then I was like, I need to attend the more courses about with you. Wonderful to be with you actually today. So it will be great. We will be trying to talk about more about the people can learn and I can learn from you. So as I know, you are playing chess,
Yes.
as you mentioned, and doing a lot of burpees in the same time. The person who do the chess work with the brain and the body. Like, why you think the human brain is it's forgetting the stuff? Like, because we in the day to day life we are sitting, we are moving, but our shoulders are why it's going on crouching mode, or why it's happening actually, why the people having more injuries, because they are not at least uh, in a simple way, when the people are going outside for playing the explosive sports, okay, injury can happen, but why the people just sitting getting injured?
So, exercise is use it or lose it principle. Think about when we were young, teenagers, university, you could do whatever you want and you were fine. You could even do whatever you want with little sleep and you'll be fine. But then I think life just changes. You stop using the stuff that you had. Like you stop jumping, you stop sprinting, you stop engaging in activities where you change direction quickly. So you basically lose that ability. I look at my kids, it's a good example. How many adults, even our own clients, can you ask do a bear crawl? You know, you teach them a bear crawl. It's a bit of a complicated movement. You try to enforce a natural movement pattern, but no one likes a bear crawl. It's a tough movement. But yet our kids can bear crawl the whole day because they still use it. So the flip side is if adults are still bear crawling through teenage 20s and 30s and 40s, bear crawl wouldn't be a difficult thing. But we don't use it, so we lose it. And I think also for explosive sports, think about how many 30-year-olds sprint. No one sprints anymore. I mean, you sprint at school, you sprint at university sports, but if you're an adult in your 40s and later and you were sprinting once or twice a week, you'd still have it. But as you don't use it, you lose it.
So there's one more mentality going on nowadays. I don't know if you have seen or not. Let's that you mentioned like bear crawl.
Yeah.
Like people are saying, why to be work like an animal? Because we
Yes.
are our ancestors just make us from the animal to the human. So why
Yes.
not to just stick to the human gait? Why need to go for any kind of gait which is near to the animal? So what do you think about it?
Yeah, I get a lot of comments on that one. That's fine. I think that's the beauty of exercise. Any exercise is appropriate as long as you can back it up. So maybe if we called it human crawls, we won't have a discussion.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if it was,
Yes.
maybe the name is just wrong, but it's a human movement. It's a natural movement. Yeah, sure. We don't walk like that, but your joints can move in that way. There are muscles that are compensating in that way. It's fine. Like,
You just want to say like we are loading in a different way,
yeah.
so not to get injured. I
Yeah,
guess.
every movement is human movement. So let's
Yeah.
say bear crawls, duck walks,
Like a
side
babies
monkeys.
crawling.
Yeah, it's like any animal movement is also a human movement. I'm
Yeah.
not saying okay, let's come with something weird like a kangaroo hop.
Yeah.
Like I wouldn't even know what that looks like, but you could do it. Your joint function can handle it. But just because you killed a kangaroo doesn't mean you can't move in that way.
Totally true.
Yeah. Well, let's look at wrestling.
You never know what you have to do.
Yeah, and you're in a low position where you have to dominate the sport in a low center of gravity position. That sounds like a bear crawl to me. I'm sure there are wrestlers who use bear crawls in warm up. So why can't we?
I do it. I love it. In just a point of view, I just want to put a question for the people, like what they think about it. Actually,
Yeah.
So now let's come back to the introduction. Like how it started. Like this journey, I remember like we had a little chit chat, and while you started as an engineer, or
Yes.
and then
Yes.
suddenly you became in this industry totally out. And
Yes.
I remember that we were talking about like you were thinking to leave this industry even actually.
Yeah.
Can you
So
just put light on that?
I wasn't planning on studying and going through down this direction. So what happened is I grew up in the capital in South Africa, but it still being a large city, I think I don't want to get this wrong, but although it's a large city, we kind of all after school go study very limited few industries.
Yeah.
Like some people become teachers, some people become lawyers, some people become engineers, and some people become doctors. So there's not like a wide expanse of people avenues that they go down. Although there are other stuff areas to specialize in. I wanted to become an engineer. All my friends became engineers. I went to engineering school, but something told me there's a different plan for me. Wait. So I decided to study part-time kinesiology and movement sciences while I was still working.
Wow.
And then I think that just opened up my experience. I think some seeds were planted. I appreciate the body for the human mechanics of it, the energy systems, the way a body moves and operates. That combined with my love of sport, I'm like, hey, why don't I just study biomechanics and human movement sciences?
Wow.
Then I think from there on, because it's obviously in a university institution, you go into physics, you're going to medicine with human sciences. And I think I met the right people along the road as I went down, people who motivated me, people who inspired me. So then I just started working as everyone else as a trainer, met people. I realized quickly I could help people well. Like you say, perhaps I put things in a very easy, understandable way. I don't think I'm a complicated person at all. So yeah, and then one thing led to the next. I helped more people. My horizon grew. Whatever sparks my interest, I like teaching to other people. Because you're a coach. When you understand a principle and you can coach someone else in that principle, you fully understand that principle. We can't understand something completely if we don't teach it to other people. Yeah, and now I'm here. I'm in my 40s. I've been doing this for more than 20 years, and it's been a good ride.
It's 20 years, like 2 decades has been there. So can you just put some glimpse in these 20 years, like how from South Africa to Dubai, and why not like people who are earning, it's like a lot of earning in the commercial gyms, and why you choose this path, although I'm on the same path, although it's why you chose this path.
Yes.
People say there's like a lot of money because they are selling easy supplements,
Yeah.
things, a lot of money there, and suddenly you choose this path. It's harder to walk on.
Yes.
And why this?
Yeah, this is a good discussion. So I was in South Africa. I was teaching at a college, sports sciences. I started teaching at tertiary institutions at a young age. I must say, at one point, the students were like 2 years younger than I am. So it wasn't a big gap. Then the college I was working for in Johannesburg, they opened up a college in Dubai.
Oh.
So they were teaching coaches, they were teaching fitness individuals, they were teaching sports and recreation management. And I was the youngest lecturer by far in the group. So I told them, like, listen, everyone else has families. My wife and I recently married. We want to go on this adventure. Let's go to Dubai. There was a new campus here, and that's how I ended up here. But then from that job, like you say, then the next thing happens. You meet other people. In Dubai, we know it's like who you know. You meet a lot of people. It inspires you to branch out your understanding. So from teaching sports sciences in South Africa, I came to Dubai teaching sports sciences, met people. Then I started working for a company in Dubai Marina who was teaching, we could do rehab sciences, coaching rehab sciences. We were coaching CrossFit, PT. So one thing grew from the next. And then I was there for 9.5 years in the marina still. And then, yeah, now I'm at a polyclinic where I help individuals train strength condition, but I link it with medical sciences. So I think you're in this adventure, but you kind of get given something you can handle. And when you handle it well, it opens up more doors.
Yeah.
And I mean, there are people in our industry that are 2-3 decades older than us, and we learn from them. So your and my story is not told yet. We keep moving, and next few years something else opens. But I think if I was sitting at home just doing online coaching, none of this would have happened. It's the people you meet, the networking you do. Just think, be yourself, learn, admit that you don't know everything, and just keep learning.
That's something what you told me, like when our stories are not being told to people.
Yeah.
That's why this story I want that to be told to people, at least like the person I really admire. The reason behind it, I'm really was happy while doing it. This makes make it like nowadays it's so commercial. I came to Dubai, in my mind was like it will be so much professional people. I don't say people are not professional. I was thinking it will be, people will be so professional, they will be thinking about what's human. They were
Yeah.
thinking not just about how to be bigger some in different portion, which is I respect that point of view.
Yeah.
I literally say that industry is also useful. It's a sport to look big. It's a sport to
Yeah.
be in that position. But as a human, as a healthy, fit, strength human, you need to play, you need to push, you need to twist all the movements, and you need
Yes.
to do it very precisely, not to get hurt yourself, and
Yes.
in a smooth way where you have fun.
Yeah.
And there you comes to teach people how to move and be healthy, kind of a
Yes.
thing.
And like you said, there's a balance. There's no wrong and right. So with my assessments, I assess a lot of trainers as well. It's common to teach people, your clients, the way you train. So let's take a bodybuilding, for instance. I think bodybuilding is an excellent sport. It's a lot of dedication and hard work. But bodybuilding personal trainers tend to teach their clients like bodybuilders because they're good in what they do. And then I have a discussion with them like, well, there's multiple planes of movements. It can't just be isolated joints. How about rotation forces, mixing up isolated with compound movements, time under tension? So bodybuilders know time under tension better than most. But what about moving outside this paradigm of just locked 3 dimensions? There's much more to movement to this. But then you have personal trainers who are bodybuilders who take that to heart and they explore movement beyond. So, I mean, imagine you have a bodybuilder doing animal flow.
Yeah.
That would be beautiful.
Yes.
And there are some of them who do it and it's beautiful and they can see the benefit. So then that word spreads to their clients and their clients reap the benefit of a bodybuilder who is completely disciplined in what they do.
Perfect.
But they move beyond that than just an isolated one-dimensional approach. But then on the other hand, I would love to be a bodybuilder. I'm just not a bodybuilder. I spend my time on football fields, cycling, running, marathons, a bit of everything. But then that's where my avenue takes me. So look at Pilates. I still think it's one of the best things out there. It's some of the strongest people I've met in their elderly age are Pilates clients. So there's no wrong and right. Mixing it, I think if we could put it in a nutshell, whatever you train or whatever you do, maybe do it for 3 months to 6 months. Do it well. Then do something completely new. Learn from that school of thought. So let's say you go from Pilates to animal flow. Then you go to CrossFit, and then you go to High Rocks, and then you go to Ironman training or triathlon, and then you go on a sequence for a few years to do bodybuilding. I mean, you'll learn so much about your body, experience so much about what your possibilities and capabilities are, and you have this tool and you got to use it.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Then again, I want to ask this question: why not the commercial gyms?
So I actually started my career at a commercial gym. I was very young out of university. I was going to change the world. You're motivated and you're inspiring people. I just think some people do well in commercial gyms. Some people do very well in commercial gyms. They're banking good cash. I just didn't feel comfortable in a commercial gym. I think at that point in my life, now remember this is 20 years ago, I struggled opening up to people, approaching people, and you can't be extremely introverted in a commercial gym. You have to put yourself out there, meet people, convince people why your teaching methods are what they are. And then from there on, things didn't work out. I didn't get a single client in 3 months. So in university or college, they teach you a lot about mechanics. They teach you a lot about physiology and energy systems and anatomy, but they don't teach you how to get clients. They don't tell you how to market yourself and express yourself. And it's sad because I think some of your best trainers in the world, you and I don't know them. They're not on Instagram. They're not out in the open, and they're comfortable with that. They do what they do. I know I'm not the most visible guy on social media, but that's how I do it, and it's how I find myself.
You might be the not most, but you are the one who is like leading people like in the on the top notch.
Maybe I should be more visible.
Yeah.
So from there on, I moved from a commercial gym to a small private rehab studio, and that's where my life changed. There was a biokinethicist, is where we're from. You balance medical science with rehab and fitness. You use fun, you use exercise to change people's goal-specific mindsets. That's what biokinethicists do. And she took me under her wing. I was very young. She taught me everything I know. She even came to my wedding later. That's how good friends we were. So I guess I was fortunate enough to meet the right people who spoke my language out across my career.
Got it.
I never worked for a commercial gym. I meet a lot of people who are happy at commercial gyms and they're doing a great job, and their reach is further than mine. They can change a lot more people's lives. Where I think my forte is individual relationships, small groups. I think that's where I find my happiest. But if I look at my social life, I'm never at big crowds, big groups of people. My friendship circle is small. It's intense, but that's what I do.
That's
And
beautiful. Although it's not, it's not a space for a people who literally make our head like put it like somewhere else. It's the people
Yes.
who make us feel like what we are.
Yeah.
Actually.
But I do like going to commercial gyms. Man, what they do is amazing. Like, it's beautiful. The aesthetics are crazy. It's great to see the commercial gyms also push that side of the business
Yeah.
and the sports science, whereas small private entities, they do their own thing. They have more freedom, but they're all very important. We need small and private, and we need big and commercial. We need online coaching. At the end of the day, fitness is important. And if everyone moves and they're healthy and they're fit, then we've all won.
Yeah.
And I think ultimately that's what we're all striving for.
You're just saying like you just find your place, not there.
Yes.
That's the most important, and that's a beautiful thing.
Yeah.
So now I will be asking the questions in the two phrases. Like two people are asking you this question, whatever it's coming. One is watching the people who don't know what is exactly a fitness.
Yeah.
And one is watching who is really already a trainer and who is looking at you like how to, because mostly people are thinking either I should go for studies or either I should earn, how to earn, what should I choose or not to do.
Yeah.
So this is like from now I'll be asking in two perspectives. So you need to take care of both.
All right.
I know this is a little bit like that, but if doesn't happen just in this one episode, we'll go 2-3 more.
That's fine. I'm happy to. Yeah.
I really want to help all those people who are watching with us. Like I have a very good amount of people in India. Actually, they're watching and they always have a dream to just come in Dubai and just work for the people who are working.
Yeah.
Working for the high industry revolutionist, and they want to earn a lot of money. Most importantly, people have a lot of space in there, like that kind of, just for the money. The fitness is money. Dubai gives the money. That's the thing.
Yeah.
And then they learn how to just and just let's go. And even other people are also there, which are like us and who are hardworking, put themselves in education, put themselves back, but they don't know how to get in the industry.
Yeah.
So let's talk about these two people first.
Okay, so I think the first one, I've been here for 13 years, and the fitness industry in Dubai has absolutely boomed.
Yeah.
Everyone is a trainer now.
Yeah.
Now, we could look at why. I mean, I have a lot of respect for anyone who leaves their home country, goes to another country, and tries to make it work, regardless of the industry. But people do come here with the expectation that they're just going to make money. And I mean, if that's the case, then we'll all be fitness trainers just in Dubai. I mean, I've said this to many of the people I meet, the young coaches I meet. Your first job in Dubai is not your dream job. You come here, you grind, you work on the ground, you grind and you work yourself up. You become streetwise, you find your place. And your place could be commercial gyms, your own thing. There are some trainers who do their own jobs, work from home, online coaching, and they do very well. But they found what they want to do and they're good at it. So you can't replace education, though.
Yeah.
I mean, there are some people on the other side of the coin who say you should have X amount of degrees, X amount of postgraduate degrees for you to be successful. I wouldn't say that either. If you know what you're good at and you have the qualifications to back it up, then you create your own brand. Like you're creating your own brand. I've created my own thing. We all have our place in the fitness community. But nothing replaces the quality of your education. No one can take that away from you. Nothing replaces hard work. Nothing replaces trial and error. Like, you see a good program, you do it, you do the program yourself. When you fully understand the program and you've tweaked it, now you can expose your clients to the program. But there are a lot of trainers who see cool programs and they just give it to the clients. Like, that doesn't work like that. You have to go through yourself. Clients trust you with their movement and health. You need to be able to give that advice accordingly, but with ethics. Yeah. So.
And the second person now.
Yeah. The second person, I don't know, like, listen, I never walk into a room and there are seminars that I give where there is up to 100 personal trainers. These guys are all well qualified. I like sitting in a room like this because we're all well educated. We all have experience. it's like sitting in a meeting where there are like-minded people and you're bouncing off ideas. Because I don't know everything, you don't know everything, they don't know everything. Some of them don't know that they know everything. But when the conversation starts, you might just trigger a point of interest and we'll just go from there. So I think you kind of understand and you lay down the foundations that we're all here to learn from each other and
Yep.
no one is better than the next person. But no matter what kind of trainer you are, no matter where you work, we all have a few things in common. We all work with people. We all have to balance our days and our weekly schedules. We're all trying to do what's best for us and the clients. We're all trying to make a living. So I think there's a much more that ties us together and then what separates us. Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah.
I always want to say, like, this is something which make me realize, like, I was struggling for the high education because of lack of money.
Yeah.
But only the thing was, I want to do it. I want to learn that knowledge, which I started more practical under people without certification.
Yeah.
And then I finishes when I literally was at place. And what my one of a mentor always say, KLT works. People know you. People know you, people trust you, and people recommend you. That is like, I'm not exactly knowing that full form, but people know that trust thing, people work. And once you prove people make pain free,
Yeah.
they will not ask you what certification you are, and you grow. They give you the money because you're
Yes.
solving someone's problem,
Yeah.
and your heart is there.
Yeah. But I guess that's in any business. If you solve
Yeah.
someone's problems and they see your heart is in it, you'll be successful.
But mostly people, what I see, young people, mostly youngsters, comes to me. Can I earn 30? Can I earn 40?
Man.
Can I earn just in 2 years? Can I be there? uh, I just ask what you want to do. Most importantly, from that, maybe you can earn money, but it's not just you will get the PT, you'll do 150 sessions and you'll earn money and finish. What you'll be doing after 6 months? What your knowledge will be
Exactly.
happening? How you will be doing the PT? What is a personal training actually means?
I think a lot of trainers have to ask themselves, all of us will get to this point in our career. Do you want more money or do you want more time?
Yeah.
All of us will face this question. I face this question a lot. So I'm a parent. I like making money like everyone else does,
Yeah.
but I need to go home.
Yeah.
I need to spend time with my kids. I mean, I can't be a coach for my clients, but I'm not a coach for my kids. I'm the ultimate coach for my kids. I'm not just teaching them how to squat. I'm teaching them how to live, be responsible, be good humans. So my coaching needs to be happening more at home than it does at work. So, could you make 40K as a young trainer? Yes. Are you going to work 15 hours a day? It's possible. But what's all this money worth, but you're not seeing the world? We came to Dubai as a very young married couple to see the world. So we worked hard, but we enjoy the money. Could we earn more money? Yeah. But your own balance of time versus money is your thing. If you're young and you're not married or you don't have kids, you can have more work. I've been there, I've done that. I want more time now. So, yeah, I think once again, there's no wrong or right. It just depends on what you want. But the cool thing is you can change it. This year you make more money. Next year you have more time. And if you think like, I've learned something, now my education has been boosted. I have additional qualifications. I can help different kinds of people more specifically. People are willing to pay more for specific services. Then you change it again. More time, more work, more money. Then you go from there.
It all depends upon education.
Yes, but now I have to add this. So I started off as a strength and conditioning coach. My background is biomechanics. Then I work into seminars where people tell me biomechanics is a myth. You work in a circular motion, you work in rotation forces. Then I'm thinking, yeah, but even in rotation, there are angular motion, torque, movement patterns. But what's this on about? It sparks interest, like you say. And this doesn't have to be a very expensive qualification. It could be a CPD. 500 dirham for a CPD. It's not that bad. But now it sparks interest. So you've been to my lower back fix CPD course. People attend it because they feel like they have to. But now you've sparked that most people in the public, 2 out of every 3 has some kind of back problem or a bulge or a herniation, and that you can help them. Like you can have a squat that's for individual with no corrective exercise needs. you have a squat for someone with corrective exercise needs. We all have to squat. But changing the squat, the tempo, and the way we move, this is what's going to be different in the outcome. So then you have a trainer who just came for the ride and he's like, wow, I can actually help people with back pain. Now, 2 out of 3 people in the world have back pain or some sort of back pain, or it's progressing towards something serious in back pain. If you were saying knowing to exercise and corrective exercise needs, you're basically pushing away 2/3 of the population.
Yeah.
But you're in this industry to help people. So then you need to start asking yourself questions. So CPDs and short courses can spark something, can spark an interest. Myself, I just took Pilates as a subject at university because it looked cool. My Pilates instructor was a ballet teacher, so she had a very fine eye for detail. Then I started using Pilates in my teachings. So now a lot of my rehab stems from Pilates principles that I learned 20 years ago. I took it because it was a subject, just for credits. It sparked an interest. Once again, you go to places, something sparks you, and now you start using more of your money for continuing education. Because you think about it, one brunch in Dubai costs the same amount as a CPD.
Yeah.
So you just rather spend your whole weekend with cool, like-minded people, learning something to improve your knowledge and your reach than getting smashed.
I still remember when I was being in the path. I'm still on the path. A lot to
Yes.
learn. Like I shocked like 7 years ago, like when I get to know like, oh, calf is related to your back pain. Oh
Yes,
my
yes,
God. Okay.
yes.
Your calf is just taking your back pain like in a different way. Your core is how it's connected to your back pain, and not just being stretching your hamstring,
Yeah.
just being lying down. Like it's a lot of different thing, and it helped me.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm very happy. I'm still learning, but I've helped a lot of people severe back pains, have done a lot of they have gone for a lot of MRIs and all that, and they come to me and I make them smile because they didn't stand from last 10 years,
Yes.
but they stand their hand on the wash basin while brushing, and
Yeah.
now they're happily just moving a good way.
Man.
And then I learned from you. Like I remember the thing what you told me, the pregnant lady story. So I really want that you should little bit
Oh, I
lighten
can
up
tell the story.
some of
Yeah.
the stories, like how you help people and what are the things it is what you realize in that period, like what actually important is to be a trainer, and for a layman who is listening is not a trainer, what is most important not to be in these kind of situations. Like two
Yeah.
things are there. Now you need to help me.
So I was a young trainer. I was still teaching in university though. So I was doing like a side gig, like seeing individuals on the side, because I teach at university, but then afterwards I would see private clients. Because you got to stay in the game. You can't just be this theory professor and not be practically engaged. So this lady approached me and she's like, I need a personal trainer. I'm like, well, I mean, I'm happy to help. But this was like after work, after hours. It's the last thing of the day that you have to do. So you got to dig in a bit deeper to motivate. You got to dig in a bit deeper, extra energy. You can't just rock up after your full-time job and be a half coach.
Yeah.
So I used to teach her on the rugby field, not in a gym, not in a commercial gym. So we looked at her analysis, we looked at her health, the full questionnaire like we do. So I started training her. Her movement patterns are pretty decent. And as I started coaching her and as we started getting to know each other, turns out that she had difficulties falling pregnant. And this was obviously, as a mum, this is very special. I mean, for us, it's different. Like, yeah, some of us want to become dads and some of us don't mind being dads. But for a woman to be a mother, like, it goes deep with people.
Yeah.
And I was like shocked. Like, why didn't you tell me this in your initial assessment? She's like, I just met you. I'm not going to tell you my life secrets in an assessment, which is completely fine.
Totally true.
And in our training assessments, we obviously make sure they're healthy. We check blood pressure, the major things that can cause risk. So my goal was to help her get pregnant, being strong enough for the body to sustain the growth and the change that the body needs to go through. Now, obviously, it's not just training. Although, as a side note, I do believe proper training can fix anything in life. It can cure depression. It can cure life issues. It can revitalize your need and want as a human. So training is the ultimate medicine.
Most importantly, what you just told me, come out from depression, because it helps literally help people just to come out and be themselves
Yes.
and be in that moment and just train. It's so beautiful.
Exactly. Cutting out everything in life, but in this hour, I'm training. In this hour, I'm fixing my body. I'm focusing on myself. This is my time in life.
I literally get a goosebumps. Like, you know why? Because as a sports person, as a martial artist, as a being played in martial arts and gymnastics, both sports was my whole life while playing. We still remember when I'm just the movie what I watched with my like the wife, like just F1. You have seen maybe
Yes.
The guys told like said I want to see that moment where I literally don't feel anything and I'm just driving
In the flow, yeah.
And literally, I felt that when I'm just playing many times, just the fighting in my arena. I don't want to hurt people, but just moving makes me. I just literally cut off from what is behind. It's a big arena. People are shouting, "Hey, come on, kick!" And I'm just in flow, moving.
Yes.
The kicks goes, and the same thing happened with me in gymnastics.
Yes.
I'm just moving in the rings, and I love that ring part actually. Rings, tea, and all that, and you just and after suddenly you come back and feel like, whoa, what was that? And literally good me goosebumps.
And there's
for
few
that.
things in life where you can experience that.
Yeah.
So later on, she was strong enough to fall pregnant. Like her body can sustain the needs for a female body to be pregnant. Now, I'm not going to go into details. She could have been too weak.
Yeah.
Her body was probably rejecting certain aspects of her pregnancy. But she still remains a good friend. She's still in South Africa. And the baby is now a teenager. So this is a while ago. And when she posts photos of her and her daughter on Facebook, like I was part of that. That was beautiful. So training is not just, we can take it from the different steps. It's not just big arms.
Yeah.
It could be big arms and good movement. It could be good arms, good movements, less depression.
Yeah.
It can cause life. Exercise is beautiful. And yeah, like I said earlier, we have this tool and we have to use it, a body, and it can do anything. But exercise is going to get us there. So yeah, that's why we created flow space. So flow means that athletic principle that you described of you being in this moment where you're just experiencing this and nothing else. So one of the best examples are I had a sports psychologist professor, and he was working with a lot of professional tennis players, and they would describe to him when they're in flow state how the ball becomes like a tennis ball becomes as big as a football. And they can see every rotation of the ball. They can hear the crowd, but it's not disturbing. They can feed on that energy, but they can just, everything slows down for them. And it's not something a lot of people can get into. I'm not saying bench press is going to put you in flow state, but
totally true.
Being in the moment, appreciating the moment helps you be here. Because Dubai life is hectic, man. Like it's bills, responsibilities. I have to drive here. I have to pick up this person, these kids. But that hour of training, regardless of what it is, a stretching class, yoga, weightlifting, running, this is you fixing your body. And your body is a temple at the end of the day. And if you choose to be healthy for that hour of the day, that hour of physical activity is going to give you so many benefits that goes beyond that hour. It's insane.
So I'm a layman now.
Yes.
Talking to you, what exactly I should do at least 3 to 4 things in what you always say to have a healthy lifestyle. Or I'm at home, I don't want to pay to personal trainer.
Yes.
And what should I do? So I as a layman.
Okay, so the best advice I can give people who are very new to this, who don't understand training sciences, but they want to train. Look at this. There's 5 aspects. You have to be strong. I'm not saying you should be massively strong, but you need to be able to carry your groceries. You need to be able to have a certain kind of external resistance for you to go through life. So you have to be strong. Weightlifting helps. You have to have a certain aspect of cardiovascular capabilities or capacities. I'm not saying you should run a marathon, but you should be able to go out for a run. So we have strength, we have cardio. You should be able to tie your shoelaces, be able to sit down and get off the floor. If you can't, I can show you and measure you what aspects will go downhill very quickly when you can't be able to bend down and get off on the floor on your own. So mobility and flexibility is important.
Yep.
Then we have speed and power. Now, this is the big aspect because you should be able to sprint away from a dog. Not that a dog chases you in Dubai on a daily basis, but you should be able to have the capacity to push yourself beyond what normal movement is. That's sprinting. And the last one is power, an explosive movement where you combine speed and resistance, like a jump squat. So let's say you don't have these 5 things. I don't have speed and power. Well, in scenarios in life where there's speed and power, you're going to get injured. If you can't touch your toes or get off from the floor, you're going to suffer from back and hip issues most likely. So I would say be able to do all 5 things. You can be reasonably strong. You can have reasonable cardio capacity. You have a decent way of sprinting or just for a few steps, be explosive, and you have the ability to move freely. Good. How you get there, we can prescribe training programs, we can guide you. But if you can't do these 5, you should aim at least to do these 5. And
So
that will change your life.
what the person who is listening and they don't have access of money or gym or
Okay.
they don't want to spend,
Yes.
what the basic things you will be saying, at least do it.
Yes. So you could do all 5 basic things without any money, without any gyms. Because remember, like I said, you have this body and you have to use it. So strength, you can do own body weight training at home. Okay. Now, what you can do is we can help you with that. But there can be a push exercise, a pull exercise,
Do push-ups, do squats, lunges,
a hinge, and a core movement that
Yeah.
you've catered all for. All movements in life are going to be either a push, pull, squat, hinge, and a core movement.
Yeah.
Okay. You don't need money for this. You don't even need fancy equipment. Okay. Cardio is the easiest. You go for a run or a speed walk. If you have a bike, go cycle. Flexibility and mobility. That's the easiest. You sit at home and you stretch. Okay, 30 seconds to 60 seconds of stretch at a certain intensity is going to get you there. If it's 5% better, lots of 5% added together, it could be a 50% better, you're going to get there. And power. Every strength movement you do, just do it a bit quicker, a bit more explosive. So I know trainers as us, we make a living on helping people get through this. We charge money, we make a living. But the truth is, you don't need a trainer if you're willing to do it on your own.
Yeah.
But obviously, a lot of people, this is new to them. They need guidance and advice. And we're happy to guide and help them.
Yeah.
But even if it's for a few weeks, then we give them the tools and education for them to go on their own and now self-explore and do this on their own. So you don't have to pay forever. You pay in a short amount of time. And then you can go on your own. Now you have the tools to look after yourself.
And I always say the trainers, like people under me, you need to train them because you are not making them slave to be with you for 2 years, 3 years.
Yes.
You need to train them. So if even they want after 1 week to go outside and just want to them do themselves, they should not hurt themselves. At least you are a good trainer. Then they will make you remember, and then they will come back to you once they have a money also.
Exactly.
So it's not just about the earning money for 6 months, 7 months, 8 months. It's about training them for 1 month in a way. If even they go, they learn something. If they don't want to go, it's okay. But they should learn even in first day.
So when everyone walks through the door and they ask me about my coaching philosophy, what do we do in a session? I tell them, give me 3 months, regardless of who you are, without even seeing you move or analyzing what you're about. Give me 3 months. 3 months is enough time for me to educate you what's wrong, how to move around your problem, how to fix your issue, and to give you enough tools so you can go out on your own after 3 months to look after yourself.
Yeah.
Now, I say that some people have been with me for 7, 8 years. They don't want to leave. It's fine.
Same.
I mean,
I literally can relate.
I feed off that energy as well. It's nice seeing people on a regular basis. They're friends now.
Yeah.
But don't rush this. Take 3 months. 3 months of good focused training is enough for you to have tools for the rest of your life.
Perfect. Actually. And that's the same thing with the trainers. I always believe like you guys are someone who really knows something. Take themselves for journey of the 3 months, 1 month, 2 months, whatever it takes to you according to your knowledge, and really teach them that they should remember you. And there you grow.
Yeah.
There you grow. So now, as a point of view, like people are being as people are talking about the progressions. Like it's a big deal when you talk about the progressions. Like what exactly the progression as again the two people are asking. One is a trainer who was thinking what is a progression, and one is a perspective of a layman as they are listening. A lot of trainers are talking to progression to them.
Yeah. So once again, there's a general guideline to go through. But once again, when you train someone and you spend time with them, the progression changes. But let's say broad based. If I meet someone, I train them, or there's a trainer and he's asking for advice, I would be very cautious to go beyond 5% per load every 4 weeks, so every month for the upper body. For the lower body, I like the rule of 10% for lower body increases every 4 weeks. So now you can argue, but my clients used to bench with 5 kgs, and within a month they were benching double that. That's not a 5% increase. I'm like, yeah, that's fair. But then either your original assessment wasn't spot on, so they could have lifted more in the beginning, or let's start keep in mind your recovery and adaptation rate for the bones, ligaments, tendons, muscles are all different.
Yeah.
Sure, your client might be benching now and it's heavy and they're outside the progression parameter, like they've progressed beyond and quicker to do so, but you don't know what the long-term effects are. So let that recovery catch up first before you continue this steady increase of progression. That's too risky. So I started 5% upper body, 10% lower body, and then I keep a close eye on things. Then I assess through body composition tests, movement analysis, functional movement screening, weight distribution, strength deviation. So if these are all on point, then we can progress further. But we test, reassess, do. Then we test, reassess, do. And that's
Every
how we
month.
keep going. Yes.
Every 3 months, every month, every 6 months. It's a different about all that same basic small thing, smart goal
Yes.
kind of a way.
Because I meet a lot of trainers who, so we have a process in Dubai called the RPL, Recognition of Prior Learning. There are trainers who come from abroad. The right thing to do is to do a qualification here in the UAE through a recognized college provider for fitness. But some of these trainers come here, they have a qualification, it's not recognized, but they've been trainers for 15 years.
Yeah.
So understand, these guys are experienced, they're good coaches. But then they go through the RPL process. So I give them case studies, I give them client evidence sheets where they provide evidence that they've trained someone for months on end. I want to see the progression. I want to see the assessments. They're basically telling me a story, but there's data that supports it and findings and submissions that supports it of how they train people and what their training philosophy is. Now, like I said, there's no wrong and right, but they need to back up the way they do things. There's no point in just doing lower body assessments, but you're training them upper body. Like there needs to be a method behind their coaching. And I do find even with these trainers, the progression is way too quick. Like when you look at a program from 1 month to the next, the weights are double. And like, well, we don't know what's going to happen 3 to 6 months from now, but we can see the train's going to crack.
Yeah.
Why is it? Maybe your initial assessment wasn't done correctly. And maybe the client can progress as quick as that. But maybe when you do their initial assessment correctly, maybe they could only bench 40 kilograms.
Yeah.
But you started them on 5 kilograms. So no wonder they're doing 50 now.
Because what I feel is not just about a single muscle. It's about like stabilizers, other muscles are working together. So like they were not even recognized the same movement. Now it's a reality. In a 1 month, they can do this much.
Yeah.
Now you see the progression comes from there.
Exactly.
Why I ask you this progression question? Because another question which is coming because of that. Let's suppose I'll give you some hard time now. Sorry to say. If I remove all the gyms
Yes.
from this world,
Yes.
what you will be doing to be healthy?
Oh, I think it would be a beautiful world. Why I say
I
this?
don't hate gym. I work there.
No. Why I say
work
this
there.
is because when I go on holiday, we went to Oman recently. We were sitting in Sur. Sur is a very small fishing village. And I was there for a week and I saw the locals, 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock, the day is done. They all come to the beach. They either play football. There's like pull-up bars, monkey bars. There's a tire. So they flip the tire. They deadlift with the tire. They play football. There's a guy swimming. And there's a guy just running up on the beach. On day 2, there were 50 people doing this. So you could see as a community, they don't necessarily know each other. There's no gym membership, but they come and they train. Now, one guy's pull-ups are horrible. The other guy can't do pull-ups. But there's the other guy who could do 100 pull-ups. But there's a community. Like he's teaching him how to do pull-ups. They're showing him tire flips. Like you got to start somewhere.
Yeah.
So I think it will be a beautiful world because everyone has to move. They understand the importance of movement. It's essential for life. We'll get into that later, I'm sure. But movement is just as important as the food you eat and the water you drink and the oxygen you breathe. So how would it look like? I would say, look at an open field. People are sprinting, they're rolling, they're doing bear crawls. We pick up rocks. I guess it will be like Spartan training.
Yes,
Own
kind of.
body weight stuff, power movements, training until failure. There's a lot of evidence that supports training until failure, even if it's just own body weight. So yeah, we're moving because it's essential. You're not going somewhere to train. Because I do think that could be a bit admin driven. Like you get into your car, you drive to the gym, you train, you shower, it's routine, it's monotony, you come back. Whereas if you want to go for a run, you just put on your shoes and you run. Like it's less complicated, you just do it. But then again, you need heavy resistance training equipment, be able to go into that paradigm of being able to lift double your body weight.
Yeah.
Because I mean, there are essential benefits to deadlifting double your body weight, squatting your own body weight loaded. So understand, wherever this world is we're creating on an open field, I hope there are heavy weights because we need them.
I feel like because once the gym is not there, people will be start working somewhere as a hard work, and people are doing that time actually.
Yeah, we have to move.
And now, let's remove the supplements.
Yeah.
Is it good or bad?
Oh,
I remove all the supplements which is easy accessibly available. Like kind of. What do you think? It's a good idea or bad idea? Good and bad, I feel. But according to you, what the people will be doing if the supplements are removed to be healthy?
So I don't really live in this world because everyone who walks here is, we try to fix your sleep first. Then we try to fix your nutrition. Okay, I'm a trainer. I'll always train you, but sleeping and nutrition first. Then it's training. Once you eat healthy, you already have enough needed to sustain a good sleeping and training routine. So if you're keen to do supplementation, by all means do it, but not if your healthy eating habits are not sorted yet. We need macros. You need to know what your macros are. You need your fats, your carbs, and your protein. Protein first. So I'll educate people what healthy eating is first, then do supplementation. But I'm a massive fan of creatine and the research that supports creatine. You're not going to be eating 400 grams of protein every day. So, you know what? I actually had this conversation with my dad. He says when they grew up, you ate breakfast, you ate lunch, and you ate dinner. And it gave you everything you needed to be active and live in this world that you lived in. Okay, now we are the next generation. Life is different, but we are stressed. Our parents used to be stressed. Maybe our parents could switch off easier because their working schedules weren't as hectic as ours. But nutrition was more nutritious back then. Nutrition isn't the same level and easily accessible everyone here in Dubai. Everything you eat gets flown in, frozen, defrosted. The quality goes down. So do we need supplementation to make up for the shortfall? Sure, we do. But your supplementation is not going to save your life if your basic bricks of nutrition isn't set first. So yeah, it's needed.
So without supplement, you can live. It's just you need to be more conscious about it because supplements helps you to somehow to make it easier.
Yeah, but some supplements get absorbed better than others.
Yeah.
Some supplements are expensive, but you're just making expensive urine. You're just getting rid of it.
Yeah.
So as anything, do the research. Find the
talk
data
about
that
creatine. I'm
supports
giving
it.
my creatine to my mom and dad. They're 60s and they're
Yes.
and they're having creatine from last 10, 15 years. I think
Yes.
so. And it helped mom to in the knees issues also. It
Yeah.
helped mom in many things. And they are strength workout. They are doing. I'm lucky to have the parents. They still can do like pull-ups, and they can do, actually father can do pull-ups and father can do push-ups, and mom is still doing those things. But yeah, still a lot to. I will be happy if I can be there and train them. That's
Exactly.
one of a dream I have. They make me realize that suddenly. So now the question comes. Let's suppose I am a person who is in 20s, second person who is in 40s, third person and 60s.
Yes, I'm the middle one.
Yeah. So I'm in 30s also,
Okay.
actually. So the person I'm saying about a person, imagine a more person who's watching us, who is in 20s,
Yes.
what you will say about the health and fitness.
Man, do whatever you want. You can still do whatever you want. Man, I feel if you're in your 50s, you should live like you're in your 40s. I'm in my 40s. I'm trying to live like I'm in my 30s. Because it's very easy to say like I'm in my 40s, but no, I can still run marathons. I can still lift heavy. I can do whatever I want. But if I believe I can't do it, it's not going to happen. So you're in your 30s, you should live like you're in your 20s. Meaning, if you want to train every day, do it. If you want to try something weird and wacky because you've never done it before in training, do it. Because you guys, you can just recover quicker than we, like a 40-year-old. I think explore, learn, because now's the time to do that. 20s is precious. If I was in my 20s, man, I would do crazy stuff.
I also.
I feel like my 30s were like the most marathons I did, the most triathlons I did. I did CrossFit for like 10 years in my 30s. So now it's the high rocks movement.
Yeah.
So now one thing, so once again, that's cool. But it's not for everyone. You're not going to take a 50-year-old who's never done high rocks and make him do unlimited wall balls.
Yeah.
Same as CrossFit. You're not going to take a 40, 50-year-old and make them do unlimited wall balls. It's just not a good idea. So once again, we have all these different codes of training. I mean, we in the 80s it used to be aerobics, and you don't find aerobics anymore. But I think it was excellent. Then the yoga and Pilates movement came, and then CrossFit came, and now everyone in Dubai has a bike, and everyone's a cyclist. So whatever you do, do it well. Don't fall around. Like commit to it. Do it often, but recover accordingly. Warm up accordingly. Stretch and condition yourself accordingly. So when someone wants to run a marathon, don't think that I'm putting them on the treadmill for an hour. No, I just do strength coaching to support the joints, to support the neurofunction, to support the adaptation, to support the recovery. So that mechanical base is important. So if you're in your 20s and your 30s, do whatever you want. But what you do now will affect you 10 or 20 years from now. Because the cause and effect of exercise is very delayed. Yeah.
Nice. Actually, it's a good advice. We talk about sleep already 2 times.
Yes.
Next, I really want to put a light on that.
Yeah.
What do you think about sleep? As I remember, again, sleep is very much important for you.
It's the first thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In 20s, in 30s and 40s.
You might get away with less, but it's still the most essential thing you need. Yes. Why? So
Because it's a recovery.
yes.
There's a lot of research says it's a recovery and all that. But,
yeah, this is where your body resets.
But what you think, what sleep exactly you think according to nowadays as a sedentary lifestyle? People are so busy in laptops. They need to work till 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock.
Yeah.
And what do you think? Is it like they need to complete their 8 hours anyhow, or they need a specific time to sleep?
So I'm a big fan, and research supports this, of 7 to 8 hours. Research also supports if you sleep 6 hours a day, that's like not sleeping one day of the week. So you might feel like, oh, I sleep 6 hours a day. What is this guy talking about? But your thought pattern slows down. If you're in Dubai and you're in a high position, you're making executive choices that affect everyone else. So your thought process just isn't the same at a 6-hour sleep or a 5-hour sleep than an 8-hour sleep. It just isn't. You might feel you're fine, but you could be operating at a higher level. So sleep is essential. This is where everything resets. Now, I've researched it quite closely for the last 2 years, Whoop and all. So the insights are quite incredible. You think you're fine, but you're not fine. So then I'll ask myself, why am I not sleeping well? Is it stress? Okay, what is causing the stress? Is there a big business discussion I have to solve? Am I writing a new gym workout proposal or whatever the case is? So I think a lack of sleep leads to detective work of other things.
Yeah.
So then I realize, I sleep well when I train in the mornings, or I don't sleep as good if I train at night. So maybe you're a morning training person. Now, listen, there's genetics that we can test this. Should you be training in the mornings or the evenings? We can go very in depth. But by investigating your sleep, it teaches you a lot about yourself. Do I sleep when I eat late? Do I sleep well when I eat early? Do I sleep well when I do running every day, or do I recover better when I just do weight training? Because the strain on some exercises are higher than others. So sleep well, you can do everything well. Don't sleep well, everything will be half as effective.
Yeah.
If it's work, performance based, being a good person. So here's a cool Japanese study. They've discovered that a lot of couples in Japan sleep separately, not because they're fighting, but they believe you can be a better life partner if you're well rested. I get that.
Yeah.
If you wake up every morning well rested, you're going to be friendly, you're going to be productive. Not just that, you're also you can associate with your fellow human, you're very considerate. No one's going to be considerate if they're uptight, fatigued, and irritated.
Totally true.
You just contribute to life better if you're better rested. So please sleep.
After coming in Dubai, my sleep goes off. Oh, it's like
Listen, life here is hectic, and I don't
Yeah.
think people realize it. I'm not saying it's more hectic than New York or any other city,
yeah.
but it
But
is.
I feel it's there.
It's a fast-paced city, and you need sleep.
If you lose, you lose.
Yeah,
Like
You
it's
can-
like that. Right? If you lose there, you just lose your attention for 1 minute. Like 1 minute means like in a life, you go so back here.
Yeah.
I feel like you need to be so attentive here.
Yeah.
Or either you are full of energy to just take the life in a way. So Dubai is helpful, but you need to be on your toes.
But I still think it's a choice.
Yeah.
So I'm a working individual. I'm a married man. I have kids at school. I have to cover all bases. But I choose to not live a fast-paced life. So understand, like, I can now choose if my client's late, that I overbook myself, or I can just decide my client's late.
Yeah.
I'm not going to let my client being late affect the rest of my day. Or tonight I'm going to go for a run. I can choose where I want to go for a run. You can also choose not to run, but then once again, you're allowing the fast-paced life of Dubai dictate your life. So I think you should wake up with intention. What am I going to do today? I'm going to work hard for 4 hours. I'm going to have a little break for lunch. Then I'm going to work hard for another 4 hours. Then I'm going to train. What road am I going to take home? What music am I listening to? You can do the stuff in your everyday life that makes you calm down a bit or slow down a bit. Because let's say after this podcast, I can run upstairs, there's a meeting. Or I can take 5 minutes, just drink some water, realign myself, my focus. Then I can go upstairs.
Totally true.
The end effect will be the same. It just depends on how you handle it.
Totally true.
Yeah.
Now I just want to put something like, if you imagine yourself listening right now, like as in people who are doing desk job, like sedentary lifestyle, what advice you will be giving them, as because they are having a lot of pains, things, and it's affecting them so much.
Yeah.
They are in, most of the people are having sedentary lifestyle. So
Yes.
what advice you want to give to them? Like,
So sedentary people who have niggles and pains, I don't want to overcomplicate it. I'll teach them just to move. Now, that doesn't mean you need to train an hour every day for 6 weeks. That's a dramatic increase from someone who doesn't train. I'll teach them and motivate them just to move for 20 minutes. So let's look at those 5 again. Just teaching them to stand from a chair up and down again, that's a squat. We can teach them a basic push principle. We can teach them a glute bridge, like a basic hinge principle. We can teach them to maybe plank on their knees, which is a basic movement, just to refocus and reactivate those areas. So 20 minutes a day. So if you have aches and pains, just moving on a daily basis will already start fixing certain issues. I don't even label it as issues. Just start moving. So also, your correlation between your pain and your injury is not in relationship with each other. You might have a lot of pain, but not be very injured. You know what I mean? So by you just moving, you're realigning that movement signal from your brain to your muscle, because that movement signal is much quicker than your pain signal. So you can override pain by moving. You can relieve pain by moving. So just start moving first. Okay, now let's say you're moving and you constantly have this shoulder pain. Then we can look into, like, listen, is it an impingement? Do we need to strengthen other areas before you start pushing? We can go into details, but don't tell me you're in pain, but you've never trained before. Let's just start moving 20 minutes a day and then build you up from there. But to move 20 minutes a day on a regular basis, if you've never trained before, it's dramatically going to improve your status of life.
What are some habits you want to tell in a simple way? Well, go for a walk, stand after something, or do something. Anything which you really describe some people like which we are already working for the hours and 8 hours they're sitting in the desk.
Yes. So let's say time is limited. Let's say you have half an hour a day. I think, well, number one, just start being functional at home. What is that? That means carrying your own groceries. No delivery services.
Yeah.
Carry your own groceries. Wash your own car. It's physical activity. You can't tell me you don't have time. I mean, it's very convenient. Like, people can deliver stuff to your home. You don't even have to wash your own car. In fact, I think you can pay someone to carry you home, like, if you really wanted to. But just be functional at home. Like, this is your house. You need to be able to maintain your own house. So carry your own groceries.
Clean your house.
Clean your house. Go down on your knees, like, pick up something. If something's broken, try to do it yourself first. These are physical activities or physical movements where that's just the base of life. From there on, you can go stronger and according to that.
So I want to ask, like people who are doing the desk job, like many people advise them to use the Swiss ball and they're sitting on that. Is it like a good advice, or the advice which says like people just to stand and always do the job? Or now there's like a pad which is just being easily available. You can buy in the market and you can just walk on that and you can walk. What do you think? Like,
so I'm a big fan of standing desks, just because I deal with so many people with back problems who have weak glutes and core. So one of the processes, I'll try strengthening the glutes first. One of the issues about having a sedentary life or a desk job is your glutes become inactive. Well, not completely inactive, but you're not using it to its full potential. And I mean, let me put it this way. We're all from different countries in Dubai. We all have different cultures and beliefs, but we all like a tight bum. Okay. So no matter where you're from, a good glute looks good. So a glute with bulk is a glute that works. If you're sitting like this, like, look, our glutes are elongated, they're inactive in a sense. So when you're standing at a desk, the glutes become more active. Also, when you're standing, your lower back works to keep you up straight. When you start swaying side by side on a standing desk, this is the need for you to engage your core a bit more. And I'm not saying you're going to stand for 8 hours at a standing desk. That's tiring. But maybe standing for an hour, sitting for an hour, standing is going to be a lot more effective and beneficial than you just sitting. Swiss ball, no one can sit still on a Swiss ball, which I like.
Yeah.
Keeping the core busy, jumping up and down. But also there's a little misnomer, because just because you can feel it on a Swiss ball doesn't mean it's completely beneficial. So I work with a lot of people in the gym. You cannot engage your core fully if the load is not excessively high.
Yeah.
So you can like sit around on a Pilates ball. It's all good. But for you to strengthen your core appropriately, you need like a unilateral pull movement where you're resisting rotation. Like, that doesn't happen on a Pilates ball. But at least it's better than just sitting on a chair. Like, I get it. So I'm definitely a fan of a standing desk.
Okay.
Yeah.
So stand, it's easy. Stand, it's easy, guys. So now I get back to you again. If I just take you 20 years back, okay?
Yeah.
I remove all the things what you learn. I'm
Yeah.
sorry, I'm removing it.
Yeah.
And you have a 5 years now
Yes.
to do whatever you want.
Yeah.
To start your life. What exactly will be the 5 years look like?
I guess it's the thing. I'll still be studying.
Like, what exactly you will be choosing? First, I need to complete this. Second, I'll complete this. Third, I'll complete this. Fourth, this. And fifth, this. In 5 years, or 20 things, or one thing, or I don't know.
Like, I guess the most important things in my life is not fitness. It's not my work. It's not the education I did. It's the people I've met, which I guess I still would have met 20 years ago in the areas I would have been. I think personal relationships will still have happened.
Links, you are saying me.
What?
So you are saying me links.
Okay.
You want to make in 5 years, the first point is links.
Okay.
And second now.
Just learn and experience and share what I've learned.
So it's something like you will be advising if you go to 5 years back, like 20, like in your 20s, you'll be saying people you have 5 years, so do this to be at the top notch, or
Oh.
not top notch, or to be you, or to be someone what they want to be.
See, I don't think there's a recipe to life like that. I think you'll end up where you have to be in the first place. If you're focused, hyper focused and hardworking, you might get there sooner, but you'll get there anyway.
Yeah.
So I feel
No, I just want to make it
Yeah.
a simple thing for people who are younger and they
Yeah.
have a lot of queries in their mind.
Yes, yes.
So for them, from you, if you will be there, so they can maybe learn from there.
Oh, okay.
That point of view, if you will be you have a 5 years,
Yes.
and you are in 20s, what are the steps you'll be taking?
See, I think if we put it like in this paradigm, like it feels like if you're young and you're motivated and you want to get there, just do it. Like make mistakes. It's good. Make mistakes. Learn from them. You'll get there anyway. I feel the most important things in life is just to live. So I'm not going to be like, do your masters, then you go work for 2 days, then you travel the world, and like life advice. I just think live, make mistakes.
Okay, let us take it in a different way.
Yeah.
Yes, of course you need to do mistakes. I have done a lot. Education wise, what you will be choosing for in 5 years? To at least they have a basics in their hands. At least in a lot of our world, they should do masters. CSCS. Okay, it's a choice of a people. But what do you think exactly this will help them to learn about the physique, about the body?
Oh, okay. So if I could do it over and I could get there quicker,
Yeah.
I would definitely get some sort of recognized qualification. You just have to understand you cannot learn the same aspects in a weekend course or a 6 months course than you can in a 4 or 5 year degree or postgrad. You just go into so much more depth and detail. But I would say the essentials of strength training and conditioning is a must. Okay. How to analyze different sports codes, different positions, energy systems, biomechanics, depending on your sporting code or your goal. Periodization is a must. Okay. Bompard wrote his things in the 70s. We still use it today. Then I would look into something like more modern, like The Law of Running. This is probably the best sports science running book ever written. It's not just running, it's about cardiovascular fitness. It's about progressions in fitness. It's about what happens to the bodies when you run. If you think about it, the most functional movement in the world is walking. I reckon sitting and standing is pretty up there, and it's probably running.
Yeah.
People have issues and they age quicker because they don't run. It's an essential part of life. So I think the law of running is good. So once again, these are all textbooks. But whatever you learn, put it into practice. Then I think essentials of weightlifting. I don't mean bodybuilding, but I mean like
so in a way, I'm listening. Do the masters.
yes.
Do the masters in sports and conditioning. It only gives you all.
But strength and conditioning, periodization.
These are the topics you should
the law
cover.
of running, definitely. I think that book is about 2,000 pages thick. You know what? Something I picked up when I was very young was Arnold Schwarzenegger's Encyclopedia of Bodybuilding. When you look at those programs, it's not complicated. It's pure, straight, and simple. It's stuff that you get in most magazines, if you still read magazines. But the way it's written is just so like, it's not about the base program. It's about getting the hard work done. Just repeating over and over again, exploring and going from there. Yeah, I think, because I think I'm going to say my generation, sounding old, we were lucky we had textbooks.
Yeah.
There was no Instagram like we do now. Now, understand me, that's not wrong. Like, I'm on Instagram every day. There's a lot of cool stuff on there. But everyone is on there.
Yeah.
I could only read and learn from sources that were published, that were researched.
Yeah.
So if I look at an Instagram video now of a good squat,
everybody's telling how to make your neck good now.
And if it's good lighting and sound, you think, this guy knows what he does.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not saying you should just believe what I say, but go read the stuff I wrote. Go research the stuff I say, because it has already been researched.
So let's talk about the top 3 books you want to recommend.
Okay. So the NSCA's Essentials of Strength Training and Conditioning.
CSCS.
Yes. Bompa's periodization. Bompa's, not anyone else's. He's the father of periodization.
I have read that.
Yes.
It's beautiful. Actually.
I would say Arnold Schwarzenegger, Encyclopedia of Bodybuilding.
It's a 3. You want to add on 2 more if you want. It's okay.
Tim Noakes' Law of Running. The sports science in that book is insane. And the research that goes along with it is very good. And then Kelly's Move Like a Supple Leopard.
Okay.
A bit more modern, a bit more different. Match that with bodybuilding, why not? That's a good idea. So those are textbooks and good to read, but if you want a nice, easy read for the evenings that is not very academic, McDougall's Born to Run, about the running psyche and the beautiful beauty of sports psychology and running, how a good person makes you to perform better. I think there are aspects there that can transmit into all aspects of your life, not just training and being a professional. Stop Worrying and Start Living by Dale Carnegie.
I remember that.
I think people just overthink life. If you plan accordingly and you prepare for what's the worst thing that can happen, life just seems simpler. And then my favorite book of all times, it's nothing to do with fitness, is Bill Bryson's The Short History of Everything. If you wonder what it's about, it's literally about everything. Physics, education, politics, religion. Yeah, that's a very good read.
So mostly read if you want to grow.
Yes, read if you want to grow. People have been there before you, learn from them.
Yeah.
Don't make their mistakes.
Yeah.
But you can make mistakes. It's cool.
Mistake is cool, but I feel like mistake should be done, which is not giving a problem to someone else. Like you cannot just make mistake on your client to make them do something which you think like, okay, let's do some trial, and you break their back or something.
Yeah, like if you're a young trainer and you have a client in their mid-40s, which is not old, by the way, but you just can't train them as a 20-year-old.
Yeah.
There are certain things you'll do with 40-year-olds that you won't do with 40-year-olds that you can do with 30-year-olds. And the research is already there and the publications are already there. Don't make that mistake. Just go read it. It's there.
And start saying, no, I don't know. Like, I literally have a problem with the youngsters, just to say them, make them feel like, I literally make them feel, say no first.
Yes.
Then I'll talk. Say no. Okay, I don't know. Now we can talk.
Yeah. You're allowed not to know things.
Yeah.
I remember I was a young teacher and my students asked me a question and I didn't know the answer. I was young. And I remember thinking, I hate not knowing the answer.
Yes.
But I told them, I'm not sure. But what I do know is A, B, and C. How that links with A, B, and C, I'm not sure. But I'll go find out. And the next day I had the answer. You gain much more respect through that with your client saying, listen, I don't know. I'll come back to you on that. But then you actually have to come back with a solution.
Yeah.
And if you want to be a good coach, you can bring that personally into how you see their aspects of training and how that correlates to their question and finding a solution according to their needs.
Right. Now, let's suppose, as I know, you are a pain fixer. There was one name, actually. I forgot their Instagram name.
Oh, Rehab Sock Star. So not a rehab rock star, but I like wearing funky socks. I'm wearing Star Wars socks today. So yeah, I think the socks thing just came and I'm in rehab and
it's not just because about the socks, it's about the rehab also. You need to listen because he's helping to help people rehab. Nowadays, everyone have a back pain.
Yes.
Or shoulder pain.
Yes.
Neck pain, knee pain. These 1, 2, 3 segments are in a pain for everyone. Let's talk about people who are not, they should go for a professionals, first thing. If not, first basic things for the back pain should be remembered why it happens.
Yeah. So, first of all, I think it's easy to say today we have more back pain than ever before. I'm not really convinced. Maybe the research is just better now. I think people have always had pain. But if we lived 300 years ago and you were a farmer on a field, which many people were, you would just wake up the next morning with back pain and go farm again. But with the constant movement and physical activity, you kind of get rid of the issues. Now, they didn't know how to move to solve back pain. We know more now, but how are you going to solve back pain? I'm going to make you move. I'm going to make you train. I'm going to strengthen certain aspects that were mechanically weak. So just by moving, you're already dealing with a big issue. Now, without doing an in-depth analysis, I will focus on strengthening the glutes and strengthening the core. A lot of people out there say you don't have a core. I understand what you mean. Let's just say glutes and midsection. This area. I'm definitely going to focus on this. Why? Because if you have the ability to move throughout life, get into your car, carry groceries, and you have control about your hip and midsection area, where your back is,
Your
it's already a
trunk, your
step
belt,
in the right direction.
where you wear the belt, trunk from
Yes.
band to head. It's
Your glutes is the biggest muscle in your body. It's the strongest muscle in your body. You want to use it to carry things, and your back gets affected by carrying things. So if your midsection, your glutes are strong, you're already addressing a big aspect of the issue.
knees. Why everyone have a knees? Every third person, maybe I'm wrong. As a trainer, comes to me. I have a knee issue or I have a tear in my ligaments.
Yeah.
Like I feel like they were not doing anything.
No, they
And suddenly they have a tear, and the people who are working hard and throwing the stones and lifting up the heaviest things, and they were not having that kind of things,
Yeah.
issues. And why now it's people are suffering that much?
Well, maybe those people back then carrying rocks had those issues, but they would just get on with life. Now we can easily complain because we have measures to fix pain. But we spoke earlier about using it. If you don't use it, you lose it. So a lot of knee issues occur because of rotation forces. Going for indoor football, volleyball, you haven't played it in a while. Now you're playing all of a sudden. So these things have an effect on you. But then I think it's an activation issue as well. People who come in with knee pain, I don't strengthen their knees in an hour. I can't do that. I'm not that good a trainer. But by activating certain aspects of the glutes and the quads,
The knees pain.
they maybe just move more effectively. They're moving with more switched on areas, and now they feel better. So did I solve your knee problem? No. I just activate certain aspects that you didn't activate in a while. And now you're moving through those areas more confidently. So by just moving and activating, you've fixed it. So just move, just train.
Now, the upper area,
Yeah.
shoulders, people are neck is just totally like a camel going
Yeah.
towards outside nowadays. So, is it like just sedentary lifestyle? Is it like just they are not doing fascia release, or is it like the strength issue? So, what do you think about it?
Well, I like comparing with people who used to live before us. We don't have to go that far back. Let's look at people who lived in the 50s and 60s. They were just more active. Have you seen that photo of the people on the beach in California in the 60s?
Yeah,
Everyone's having an ice cream, people are having a good time, but there are no overweight people on that beach.
they look good.
They look good.
They
I'm
look
not saying
good.
they're muscular. They just,
Yeah.
even the skinny people look good.
Yeah,
Life has changed a lot since then. So are we sitting more? Yes. Are we training less? Well, and don't think of training as going to the gym, but do you do evening walks? How many people do you know doing evening walks?
I have to remind people
Yeah,
that you have to
exactly.
do 10,000 steps.
Yes.
And when you just there watch they have a watch. They have a
Yeah.
watch, and you see their watch. They have 2,000 steps in all day,
Yes.
and that's also minimum I'm talking about. No, maximum I'm talking about.
Well, I mean, many of our clients go to Europe in the summer.
Yeah.
And they lose weight while they're on
Just by
holiday.
walking.
Just by walking.
Yeah.
Europe is a walking culture.
Yeah.
So these are the same people you and I see every week. They go to Europe, they just walk more. They didn't train once. I know, I can log into their training systems. I can see they haven't trained at all. But they weigh less when they come back. So obviously you're on holiday. You don't have deadlines on holiday.
Even they're
You're
eating
less
more.
stressed. They're eating more. The food quality is higher. You just can't argue. The food quality in Italy is just have a higher grade. It's more controlled in here. And the calorie expenditure is just more because they're walking.
Yeah.
So do we sit here more? Yes, we do. So we are the seating generation. So how do we reverse that? You're still going to sit at work. Like, I get it. You have to work, but you still have to go for a walk.
Yeah.
Let's say you do the walks. Let's say you do the 3 times a week training. Your effects of sitting are going to be far less, even though you're sitting.
Totally true.
Yes.
Just walk, train 3 times, enjoy your life. Have a good sleep and done.
Yes.
Now, let's come to the part of like, can you just put a light on the movement as we are talking about a lot of the movement. What is exactly, let's go in a layman language for
Yes.
you. What is a movement? What is a movement? What do you want to talk about? Maybe nobody knows about strength. Maybe they don't know about, many people don't know what is really strength and power. What is
Yes.
really push and pull? What is really twist? We have a lot of complex words till now we have used, but let's make it break down for a layman. What exactly the movement is?
When I tell you I'd like you to move, I would just like you to use your body, meaning there needs to be a certain period of time, 20 to 30 minutes a day, where you feel your heart rate is elevating. Where you're moving these joints and muscle groups, like you're picking down, lifting things, you're crawling, twisting, bending, rotating, your heart rate is slightly elevated. You need to get used to being uncomfortable often. When people tell me they don't like sweating, sweating is a normal process. You might not like sweat. It might be disgusting to you. So move, sweat. Your quality of sweat will improve the more you move, and have a shower. Yeah. So, I mean, we don't have to go down to push and pull, rotation forces and all that, but get uncomfortable in your body 20 to 30 times a day, 20 to 30 minutes a day. Yes.
Perfect. Not uncomfortable, like hurt yourself. Okay, guys, you
Yes.
need to move. Move means like walk, run, play with your kids.
Yes.
Just do anything.
Yeah. I have a lot of dads who come to me, late 30s, which is not old, telling me their wives are pregnant. They just want to be able to play with their kids when they get born, but they can't even get down and get up on their own. I mean, you got to play with your kids. So for you to move to be able to be, according to you, a better dad, let's do it.
5 exercises. If you do,
Yeah.
you're okay.
Yeah.
Just 5 exercises. You need to tell 5 exercises.
Oh, okay. So let's say there's a directive. You can only do 5 exercises for the rest of your life.
Yeah, just 5 exercises.
Squat.
If
you want to be very specifically, a front squat.
Front squat.
Some kind of row. It could be a bent over row, pendlay row. I would personally put a pendlay row or a bent over row higher than a pull up. Good.
Okay.
Good. Walking lunges. It's a unilateral core movement. Okay, where squats are a bilateral movement. Overhead presses, more so than a bench press. Yes, bench presses are not essential for life. Overhead presses, not only just do you get that weight through your spine, it's a compound movement. Your core and everything has to be controlled. Increases blood pressure as well. And you know what? I'm going to go completely off the scale and go running. Yeah.
What I see, you missed push-ups. You missed the push-ups. You want the chases.
So that's the thing.
That's why I
feel an overhead press is more important than a bench press or a push-up. You already have a push.
Yeah.
You have your pulls.
Yeah.
You have a unilateral core-based lower body movement. You have a bilateral spinal core movement and running.
Okay.
Running is essential, man.
So you just put the push movement chest in the 6th or 7th or 8th.
So yeah, running is more important than bench pressing. That's what I'm saying. Yes.
Okay.
You can quote me.
Because as a human, you need to run. And again, as I started, you be as a human, we don't hurt themselves.
Yes.
While running.
Yes.
Because it's a human.
So now remember, these are 5 movements for longevity, if we can put it like that. How to age gracefully, how to be effective at an old age, how to be strong and independent at an old age. Yes. But saying that, we've mentioned this before, there's nothing is wrong and right. Like, I like making this point. Let's say, what is a good exercise? Let's say someone does bicep curls every day. That sounds like very bad programming. But if he's an Olympic arm wrestler,
It's a good
that
for
makes
him.
sense. So it's not wrong.
As after being father,
Yes.
is it like how the fitness regime change, the
Yeah.
things change, and I want like something for me also, as I feel I don't have a time,
Yes.
but still I'm trying to manage.
Mm.
And for as a client who is coming to you and say, I don't have a time to walk, I don't have a time to sit, I don't have a time to do workout.
Yeah.
As you are facing that thing, but you are taking care as a parent, you are taking care as a sports person who is taking for your health, and even being with your kids, holidays, and everything. What is a mantra you give to others to make them quiet and you use it for yourself?
I look at my daily routine, weekly routine. So I don't take it day by day. I live per week. Okay. So it's impossible for you to eat healthy everything in a day. So we eat per week. So I live my weeks in windows. Like today's Monday. I have a split shift on a Monday. It doesn't happen any other day of the week. If I don't do my training today in my split shift, it doesn't happen. So I know, what am I doing in my split shift? I'm training. Good. Tomorrow night, I mean, I have routine. Like people have deadlines. Tomorrow, the only time I can train is between 7 and 8 p.m. If I miss it, that's my window. So although my life might seem busy with all these things I'm juggling, I live in windows. So my mantra is weekly windows. So I'm going to fit in 3 to 4 of strength training sessions this week in windows that I could possibly fit them in. If I miss those windows, I shoot myself in the foot. There are other days where I don't have a big window, so I'll just go run for 30 minutes. You can run for 30 minutes. Just step out of your front door. If you don't like running, go walk. But I live per window.
So
Yeah.
you are saying you are planning for a week
I plan in weeks, yeah.
and you sit every week before it happens.
Yeah,
You just
so
write it down. You just make it in
exactly.
somewhere.
So like I said, Mondays I can train in my split shift. Tuesday nights I can train from 7 to 8. Fridays the kids are with me the whole afternoon. So I can't go out for a run or go to gym, but I can train in my living room. Yes.
Yes.
So you can always make it work. It just depends on where you want to make it work. So for instance, this is a good example. I remember in COVID, we couldn't go to the gyms. So I found a workout where you do an inchworm push-up, 50 inchworm push-ups. Sounds horrible. It was horrible. But for that day, I did massive posterior chain stretching in my inchworm.
Yeah.
I did a lot of pressing through the shoulder, triceps, and chest. For that day, it was perfect. So it depends on what you want to do. Don't overcomplicate things. Just move. But you choose to move on a daily basis.
And like this, you just solved my another question, which was coming like, what are the things if all this the talk says, move, guys.
Yeah, just move.
Move your mind, move your breath, move your body.
20 to 30 mints a day. That's all you
And
need.
less and less movement for your mouth.
Yeah.
While eating. Like always say. Like so as again you are programming yourself for a week, you are in discipline for a week.
Yes.
And how you make it happen, like is it like some way, like how you write it down, or is it something, can you help some tool or something, like how you manage to do it?
So I learned this from a golf player. He told me you can never play golf if you don't book your life around golf. So you can't book everything and then I'll play golf wherever I am available. It's the other way around. You book golf and then you do everything else. Now, thank goodness you and I don't play. So golf is 8 hours or whatever.
Yeah.
You and I don't play. We don't train 8 hours. So
Yeah,
if a golfer can do it, we can train for
we
an
can
hour
do
a day.
that.
So I plan my training. I book my training and I don't book clients in that hour. Like, let's say your training is booked from 3 to 4, let's say, as a trainer. Well, let's look at our clientele. You book from 6 to 7. That is your training booked. No matter what happens, you're not putting anything in that time. You won't see clients that time. You won't do groceries in that time. You won't social in that time. And it's just an hour, man. Life continues.
I still remember one of I don't know it's right or wrong, but I was listening like Elon Musk plays
Yes.
that PS5 or some games he also plays, and he have a specific time to some
Yeah.
time, and he plays, and he's a record person in that games also.
Yes.
And he don't give anything extra, even the office work. He
Yes.
just play in that time, and then afterwards is another stuff comes.
Exactly. Windows.
Yeah.
So I do something similarly. So on Tuesdays and Thursdays, I work till very late at night. So I start working a bit later then. So I start working at 11 on Tuesdays and Thursdays. But the mornings is my time to do the dishes, the washing, the cleaning at home. Because on Tuesdays and Thursdays it's my window. So if I don't do it in that window, it doesn't work. But there's an hour on Tuesdays and Thursdays where I can play PlayStation. But like you say, you block it, and I'm totally immersed in PlayStation for that hour. If my phone rings, I don't answer it. But that will be the good time now to do some admin, do something else. No, you live and you live where you are, but you're also totally immersed in where you're at. I play PlayStation for an hour. If my alarm goes off, I put it off and I do the next thing. So try not to do 2 or 3 things at the same time, because then you get exhausted. When I'm with a client, I'm not on my phone. I'm totally immersed in my client's needs. When my client leaves, I'm totally immersed in the next client. Or I'll take like a quick 2-minute break, go wash my hands, like I'm preparing for surgery. It puts me in that mindset. So I have routines that help me be professional. But yeah, I kind of seen why Elon Musk does that. I do the same. Maybe it's because we're both South African.
So one of like, it's beautiful talk today we have done. So let's talk about the quick questions. Like, need to be one of a thing you need to remove from the gym.
Like an equipment.
Yeah.
GHD.
Okay. One of food you want to really put it out for the human. It should not be taken.
Sugar.
Okay.
All sugar. It's refined sugars.
One of a change which can change people's life.
Accept responsibility. It's that easy. We live in a world where people just do whatever they want. But if you did something and there's consequences, and you see the consequences, you won't do it again.
I was thinking you were gonna sleep. So, okay, what are the things? What makes you motivated whenever you are feeling, oh, something is going down?
Just being a dad. Like, I feel dads and moms, we can't say no. We have to get up in the morning. If I don't get up, my family suffers.
Beautiful.
Yeah. So other people motivate me. Yes.
Beautiful. Responsibilities helps you to grow. So don't run from them.
Yeah.
Kind of a way.
Like, people say, I don't want to stress. Like, stress is a good thing.
Yeah.
I'm not saying stress is good or bad, but it spurs you on to do something. I don't like stress. I don't like rushing either. But then I plan my day that I don't rush. I plan my day that I don't have to stress.
One healthy meal which literally don't take so much of time to make.
A ribeye steak. It takes you 2 minutes to make a ribeye steak.
If somebody is vegetarian,
I think people don't. I think people undermine. I think people undermine the value of nuts. Yeah, they do.
Yeah, I have peanuts always.
Okay.
Kind of just straightly, whenever I'm hungry, just take 20 peanuts and done.
So it's a healthy snack. Unfortunately, we can't send nuts to school here because obviously there's a lot of kids who are allergic to nuts and the effects are dramatic. But as an adult, and you can eat in your office, man, like when you always say a handful of nuts, there's a lot that goes into that.
Suddenly, I was in a kind of like this question, but I want to ask you one thing, last thing, as you talk about allergy. Do you think like workout helps to people get rid of the allergies? It's a very, very scientific. I don't want to jump on that, but I'm talking about in your terms, because I'm not talking about scientific. I'm not talking about thesis. Have you felt your clients rid of the allergies while training?
So I work in a team here with sports scientists and medical professionals who analyze blood samples, genetics. So they look at allergies and food intolerances. And no, I cannot say that my training affects those aspects. But what I have seen is people identifying food intolerances, addressing those food intolerances, means now they have more energy to train. The effects of training are heightened. For instance, if someone wants to lose weight, we know macros, training, good sleep, we can fix it. But if your food is intolerant to a certain substance and you keep engaging in that substance,
It affects.
yeah, you're going to seem bloated, but you train a lot. So what does that make sense? But if you remove the intolerance, the training effect just shines through much more clearer.
Okay.
So if you're training a lot and you're eating healthy, but you're still bloated and you don't feel good, check your food intolerance. It's a very quick way of removing the stuff your body is fighting. So yeah, that energy can be spent much better on different aspects.
Beautiful, Lord. Thanks for that point. Now, the best way to be lazy.
Watching cricket.
Indians and South Africans.
Yes. Man, I can watch cricket the whole day. We as kids used to have this game.
Yeah.
If they score 4 runs in cricket, you do 4 push-ups.
Oh,
If
the same thing what you are doing with your chess.
Yes.
I think.
Yes.
Yeah, you just play chess and do burpees.
So sometimes I play chess while I do burpees. So I play 10-minute games. Sometimes when you have a sequence of moves set, you know what the first 20 moves are going to be. I do like burpees and I check the chase, and then I do burpees and I do chase. I know it's weird. It works for me.
At least you're moving.
Yeah.
That's the most important
Yeah,
thing.
so cricket, if they hit a 4, you do 4 push-ups. If they hit a 6, you do 6 burpees.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Active way of watching cricket.
At least the people are watching cricket in India. They are fully watching, and in South Africa, they can literally go and do this habit. They will be moving for sure because we never miss the cricket match.
Of course, exactly. Yes.
So for sure, you'll be moving if you have that habit. Okay. One last thing. All this thing, if I want to patch up in one or 3 or 4 lines, what do you want to tell a layman?
Yes.
What it will be?
We've spoken about movement. We've spoken about exercise. We've spoken about how exercise can change your life. I think if I can leave someone with this thought, it's about the time and cause effect of exercises. Because we live in a world where the effects of exercises is delayed. So for instance, the time and cause effect of oxygen is immediate. If I strangle you, within a few seconds, you'll realize, oh, I need oxygen. So the necessity is immediate. The cause and effect of water is a few hours. If I don't drink water in a few hours, I'll realize in a few hours I'm thirsty.
Yes.
The cause effect of food is a bit longer. If I don't eat for a few hours or even days, you'll realize, listen, the effect is immediate.
Yeah.
But the sad thing is, the cause and effect of exercises is months. But when you realize in a few years of months of not training, oh, I need training because I have knee pain, I have back pain, I have shoulder pain, you've caused so much damage that some of the damage might be irreplaceable. So imagine if we lived in a world where the cause and effect of exercises is like oxygen. Oh, I'm not training, I'm feeling bad. Then you train. But because that relationship is so delayed, people don't realize what's happening. So I work in a longevity program here, and we meet people from 50s and 60s who've never trained before, or they haven't trained the right way. And they're dealing with that now. It's expensive to fix these issues. The delay has been so long and prolonged. We need now to change those people's perspectives of you need training. You'll feel better training within a week, and within a month of training regularly, your life will be different. So if I could leave you with a thought, start training because you need it as much as oxygen, and that's its stick.
Perfect. How people can reach you?
They can come and drink coffee at the clinic. So I'm Rehab Rockstar on Instagram. I'm at the Flow Space Polyclinic in Dubai Hills. I work with an excellent team of professionals here. Like before I came here, I thought I was pretty good, knowing mechanics, training sciences, helping people, rehab sciences. But now I work with physiotherapists, osteo, sports medicine practitioners, functional medicine, the whole thing. And we're all like sitting on the same table. We have meeting about our clients. We share thoughts. I'll even have the head of physiotherapy walk into the gym with me with a client, and we train together. And so we have that open door policy here. So if you want to see what we do, come and have a look. It's an open door. Coffee's on the house. Like, come and have a look. So I'm in Dubai Heels. I'm on Instagram. Happy to share thoughts. You'll see me at rep seminars. We're always teaching and educating. And yeah, man, it's fun.
And all the things you can see in the, you can just click there and you can access anytime. If any questions you want to ask, guys, like, you can come up and in the comments, and like, I'll be there with Hannah, and we'll be try to decode more things. And it was very beautiful conversation with you.
Thank you so much.
And it was I'm feeling so good. Like, at least I can have that much of time and snatch your time for at least for 1 to 2 hours and talk to you and learn from you, because that's I love literally to sit people who are actually there and to learn from them. That's a beautiful thing. What you can do it actually.
Yeah.
And people can do 5 years of masters, but the juice, when you sit with their the professors and you listen them, it feels like awesome. That's the same feeling I'm having actually.
Thank you so much.
Yeah. And soon we'll be coming up with the new things, with the new growth decodes. And thank you so much. Follow more. What's Code?